Hi everyone, Simon Keener here, Friday the 11th of January. Thanks again for watching weatherweb.net. Sites get free of charge by the adverts that you see around the screen here, and it's by you clicking on those adverts, using the website, using the charts, etc. That's what keeps us free of charge. So thank you very much for doing that. I've updated the long-range outlook. That's the outlook for January and February, because the Japanese model, the CFS, etc., all available today, all been updated. So I've put together a video for you about that, which should be available over there. Is it that side or is it that side? I can never quite remember which. But anyway, click on featured videos, click on the long range, and that'll give you the updates going through up to the early part of February. It makes very interesting reading as well, particularly if you're a fan of cold weather. Not so nice if you're not a fan of cold weather. Okay, let's get on with the detail then. Where do we see things going in the coming week? It's certainly gotten a lot cooler, hasn't it? Don't forget, you can input your own observations into the into WeatherWeb. Just go to your observations here, and all you do is simply scroll down the page, enter your observations in down here, and you can see other people's observations as well. Now, one of the plans that I have for this Forget Time is that I'm going to change this so that you get an observation summary, i.e. the 24 hours max means rainfall that you can input, but also what I want to do is to change it so you can input observations more regularly. So I'll be working on that, hopefully get that update through for the weekend for you, and then you'll be able to update as and when the weather turns more hostile. Okay, so I've got some snow forecasts for you coming up to tell you where we think the snow is going to be, but first of all, let's just go through the charts and just see what's on those. This is from the GFS model, and this is a chart for 6 o'clock this morning. Got weak fronts across us just at the moment. This is the area of low pressure though that we want out here towards the west for the weekend. So as we go on through 3 hourly steps, you'll notice how we find still outbreaks of rain and drizzle coming across many parts of England and Wales, second area over eastern parts of Scotland. This increasingly turning to sleet and perhaps some wet snow during the course of this evening. Now, notice what's happened. This rainfall here that's associated with the area of low pressure that's moving down through here doesn't get quite as far north as predicted yesterday. So I think the main threat area for snow is now going to be southern Wales, Somerset, running through Wiltshire, Gloucestershire, Oxfordshire, Berkshire, that sort of area, and later on tomorrow probably into Greater London, Hertfordshire, and then down into Surrey, Sussex, and also parts of Kent. But I'll show you amounts. I don't think any great amounts coming out of that, although high ground, I suppose parts of Wiltshire could see more, but I'll show you that in just a second. So eventually that low will be clearing its way down towards the south during tomorrow. I think precipitation through Wales, the Midlands, East Anglia tending to be sleety, snowy stuff, but probably not accumulating in there, although we do need to keep a very close eye on it. And the reason I'm saying that is that these areas of low pressure I've seen come through so many times. My forecasting career now goes back 20 years, and I've seen these systems before, and I've seen them go further north, but now the high resolution models are pretty good. They're all in agreement that that's where it's going to go, and that's the amount of rainfall that there's likely to be. So let's just move on then into Sunday, and we find the low clearing away down to the south. Could still be some residual snow showers affecting these far southern coasts, and snow showers too coming onto eastern coast of England, where indeed there will be some tomorrow as well. But for many, look, brighter skies, clearer skies too, although another area of rain coming into the west of Scotland and turning it straight to sleet and snow. Then through Sunday itself, still got this feed of snow showers coming onto these eastern coast, East Anglia, the far southeast. They continue overnight. Sharp frost for many under clear skies, and just these outbreaks of rain and snow affecting northern and western Scotland. Into Monday then, we need to look for the next system coming through. Here it is coming southwards, this feature in here. As this moves its way southeast, it's coming into colder air, but interestingly there's a little nose of warm air that's just in here. Now that tracks its way southeastward, so what will tend to happen is, I think these eastern parts of Scotland and England probably stay with sleet and snow as this feature moves its way southeast, but through Ireland, probably northwest England, probably through parts of Wales and southwest England, that's where we see outbreaks of rain at times. But then increasingly I think there's a threat of that turning to snow as this feature swings southeast late on Monday, but I think the main threat is down these eastern areas. I'll show you that in just a wee while. Then we get rid of that system, but we're still cold, temperatures dipping off again, even if it turns milder across Wales and Western England and also Scotland. I think it will turn colder again, and then we get this second system coming in through late Tuesday into Wednesday, this could be the real beast as this moves its way southeastwards, low pressure swinging through. This is the feature that could bring pretty widespread snow through this sort of area. Now notice I'm saying the risk of widespread snow. That means that snow could cover quite a large area. Just a risk at the moment, anything could change. And then into Thursday, cooler air really just slipping through, another one of these areas of low pressure coming through, slipping its way southeastwards. Probably not so much a threat from that one, although the southwest could get clobbered by some sleet and snow, particularly over high ground. But for many of us, it is going to be bitterly cold through the course of the week. And then what we tend to find from the GFS late on is that it tries to bring back a southwesterly flow into next weekend, although I remain to be convinced about that, and I'll show you why in just a mo. But let's have a look at snowfall then. These are the snowfall predictions that went out to our private clients this morning. Don't forget you can be a private client as well. Just get in touch, let us know. We produce forecasts specifically for your farm, for your business, wherever you are in the UK, Europe or worldwide. So we can produce forecasts for you going out to as far ahead as you need, really, and they're all scientifically based. Don't forget, no seaweed and fir cones here. This is where I think the snow probably is going to be on Saturday, the snow risk. You see that area's kind of shrunk a little bit further south, not quite so serious as it was yesterday, or rather as severe as it was yesterday. I think within this area we're looking up to sort of a couple of centimetres low ground, 3 to 5 centimetres on the hills. That may be revised upwards later. Snow showers as well affecting these eastern coasts of the country. Then we get our next hit of wintry weather, which looks like coming in late on Monday in towards Tuesday. That one is within this zone, and it's then that we could see sort of 2 to 8 centimetres in this area, 7 to 10 centimetres on the hills. Don't forget, early days, things can change. Need to watch further west as well, because there could be some lying snow in other areas, although less than in this area. Although the track of that low, should that low that's coming through here, okay, should that track further eastwards somewhere like this, then these areas won't get snow. But should it track further west, should it be in here, then this snow area is going to be shifted further east and would tend to be somewhere in there like that. So big question over that one just at the moment. And then for this is the snow forecast for Wednesday. This is the ideas for Wednesday as that feature comes in through Wednesday, and it's this area here. It's kind of northern England into the Midlands, parts of West southeast England, that we could be seeing 2 to 10 centimetres on low ground, 10 to 15 centimetres on the hills. Although again, the exact positioning of this is kind of suspect at the moment, and we got to consider whether we've got that area correct or not. So we need to take a look at that and just see if this area is correct or not. It could be that this area here changes quite a bit in the coming days. So let's just have a look at where we are with the forecast charts then, and just take a look and see what's going on. So this is the ECM WF then, and we'll just go through it. It goes in 24-hour steps. The times are here in the top right hand corner. So let's just go through this. Look, that's the chart for today. That's tomorrow, midnight tonight. That's Sunday. There's Monday, Tuesday, and it's got this area of low pressure, look, zipping southeastwards, but notice it's further east. Then into Wednesday, Thursday, Friday brings in this cool northeasterly flow again, so it's keeping us cold, and then Saturday and into Sunday. But notice what happens. What it does is it almost builds this super ridge, and as this flow comes in here off the state, it squeezes this ridge southeastwards and it forces the flow back into a westerly coming in off the Atlantic, bringing milder air into the country by the end of by the middle of next weekend and into the week after. And that's what's turning us milder on the ECMWF. Now, if we take a look at the Canadian model, this is the one that I still favour. This is the Canadian model then. This is the one that I still favour. It looks to show the most sense to me. This goes in 12-hour steps. Here we go into midday on Saturday. There's our area of low pressure. Look down towards the southeast. Then we take the charts forward and we get into Sunday. Low pressure off to the south. Then we head in towards Monday, look, and here's our area of low pressure coming in from the north again through Monday into Tuesday. There it is, situated here, and on this chart that would put the snow area further west like that, hence the reason for our questioning of it. There we go into Wednesday, and this is this second area. Now this feature coming down through Wednesday, if that happened, that's pretty heavy snow across much of central and eastern parts of England. And then into Thursday, well, here's our ridge. This is the start of the super ridge on the ECMWF, but it does things differently. Look, here's Friday of next week. Okay, the ridge, yes, collapses away. Look, it's gone, it's down here, but what it doesn't do is then build a high back here. It feeds in this cold air at 500 millibars, and what that does is it feeds the trough over Eastern Europe. So as low pressure comes down again through next weekend, bringing the risk of sleet and snow again, it effectively breeds this. It breeds this cold pool over Europe, and then it allows the ridge to build back in to the west of the UK. This then blocks off, look, and we get this feed into here of this cold pool, and that keeps us in this northeasterly flow. And the Canadian tries to keep hold of that really right the way through then until at least the beginning of the week after, when we get this northeasterly flow. Now eventually what might then happen is that the ECMWF idea is right. Here's another ridge building in, look, another super ridge. Okay, so we need to watch what happens to that. It could be that that does get squeezed southeast. We then get a milder flow over the top for a while as a southeasterly, but what we've got to watch for, as happened with this one, is this cold air flowing out of northern Canada, choking across this southern part of the ridge. Okay, jet continues across eastward. So what we find is we have a jet going east, we have the ridge up to the north, the high pressure here, and an easterly flow coming in with low pressure zipping across down to the south, which keeps the UK back in the cool conditions. And that is exactly what the long ranges are indicating, which is why I said go and have a look at the long range forecast, because the long ranges indicate that high still hangs around up to the north, and that what we find constantly is this neck here of the ridge being choked off all the time. So we get these ridge builds near promise of mild weather, and then they get cut off. So this is why we've gone for the cooler conditions, but go and watch the long range for that. So I've whittled on long enough again, haven't I? I'm sorry, the detail that's on these charts we could go into for a very long time, but haven't got time to do it just now. So for now, thanks again for watching. Don't forget, we're all kept free of charge by the adverts you see around the screen. You using the adverts, coming back, viewing the site, using the site, putting your observations in, all of that means that we can keep the site, keep weatherweb.net free of charge. And please, please, please tell your friends and family about us. You can follow us on Twitter at Weather School, or you can have a look on Facebook and do a search for Weather School too. So once again, thanks for watching, and keep the sun shining. Bye for now.